So the rototilling was going quite well. It's looking decent. I did a double pass around the perimeter just in case, or for when I turn around. And then I was just starting to do these trees, go around them, and it stopped right there. Pull this. I lost all control. The wheels didn't spin. The rototiller didn't spin. So I just opened up this case. I can't open it because I don't have tools, but here you can see the belt popped off, and that is definitely not supposed to happen. So I got to sort of figure it out and see if I can fix it and keep going on this rototilling job. So I'm on the other side now. Probably hard to see with the shadow, but right in the back there, see, somewhere down there, actually, right here, there's a little cable. Now that cable is what's controlled by the main handle, and way down here it's supposed to clip into it, but the clip is way over here now. So I'm gonna have to pull that, clip it back in there, because obviously it caught on this belt right here. So that's what I'm gonna have to do to fix it. It should be pretty simple. So you can see right there the cable to the left of the spring and the right of the belt. It's popped in the clip. You might not be able to see the clip, but I was trying to use just some pliers here to pop it in, but it didn't work. So instead, I just grabbed the bar and I pulled it a few times, and it just popped it in. You can see that. Yeah, so it just grabbed it and pulled it in. That's awesome. I'm gonna test it right now and just keep this cover a little bit open so that I can see it, and then it should be all good. So I'll go back to rototilling. So I'm just going to give you a quick rundown on the machine I'm using today. So I came over to the neighbor's house and she wanted me to use her own equipment, and then just she'd pay me for the labor. So it's obviously a walk behind rototiller. This one has self-driven wheels. There are also ones that don't have the wheels and they just have the rototiller blades. Up here, this is how you engage. So you pull that engages the wheels and also engages the rototiller. And then here is actually the drive directions. So if it's like that, it means you're going to go forward, and then to go in reverse, you just have to pull that backwards. You don't have to pull this. So that's how it goes. This is the forwards, this is the reverse. So on the engine, it's got a basic on-off switch. So you want to turn it to on. Obviously I've been running it for a while now, but you always check the oil. Sometimes there's oil fills on both sides. And then on this one, it's got a bit more technology, you could call it, than other engines I've used before. But anyways, this is your throttle. So Rabbit is full speed, Turtle is slow speed, and then here it shows choke and then run. So that's this lever, and on off for your fuel. So when you leave it, you probably want to turn that off. Up top, there's the gas. And then underneath here, if you can see that, this is actually your gear lube dipstick. So you just pull that out, and that's how you can check that. So it's pretty basic. It's the same sort of engine style, other than a bit of that I put on the power rake a few videos ago. So if you want to head over and see that, it'll be in a card. Also, here's the air filter. Just pops off like that, nice and clean. Snaps right back on. So that's the basic rundown on this machine, and it's also got the drawbar on the back. I'm not an expert on how to use that. I just see if it makes sense and go with it. That's the rundown on the machine today. Let's get back to rototilling. So the next project here, just got this weed sprayer. So it's pressurized, so I undid this so that there's no pressure in it, but you couldn't get this off. So I was able to undo that, just pop it off and lift that up, and then I got some pliers on the floor here and just was able to unscrew it. These aren't pliers. Anyways, using some Roundup, put some in the bottom of there, and then I'm just gonna fill it up with the tap, take all this back. When I took it apart, the O-ring fell out, so I gotta make sure to install that again, but should be pretty simple to do. Rototilled right now, so did that with that machine today. I'm gonna go around now and do some Roundup spraying and go from there. So here, right against the fence, there's a bunch of piles of leaves just from the trees all winter. So we're just starting to clean up a pile. This is a little before shot, and then we'll show you the after shot. Got 4 bags already, still a large pile, and way at the end there, we've got a bunch more leaves. So as you saw, there's some more garbage bags. Just gonna keep going. Okay, so we're going to show you how we like to pick up and start filling our garbage bag. So it can be pretty tricky just to hold it open like that and grab it when there's a lot of volume. So put it down you need 2 people. So you make a triangle. So my foot, and then his foot and his hand, and then I can use 2 of my hands to shovel it in, and it's probably the most effective way I've found. You do need 2 people, but it works the best for me. Okay, now once you got it pretty much full, you pick it up and you actually sit on it or kneel on it. So now it's compressed the leaves. And with the leaves compressed, you got probably about half a bag left. So we like to fill it to about 3/4 just so we can tie the bag shut. So then I just grab my rake and finish it off. So there's the rest of the pile. And sometimes I do it the same way for another load like that. But it doesn't always work like that, so then I might just pick it up and use my hands. So that's as much as we're gonna get like that. So pick it up and then I just grab my hands. And that's probably about as much as we want to do. So we squish it again. And once that's squished, tie the bag off. Okay, so that's all tied up now. We got another bag full of leaves that we can do now, but that's the way that works the best for me. There, all cleaned up now, all the way down there. So hopefully that's a good enough after shot. We ended up getting 7 bags of leaves. The owner of the property did not want it to she did not want to have just bare dirt, because that would have taken way too long for us. Didn't want to pay us for that long. But it's looking a lot better with having all those leaves cleaned up. And we just got to rake this patch of dirt in the yard now. Might be a little windy, but it's definitely looking real nice. Got a whole wheelbarrow full of sticks, and it's just looking real nice now. Not sure what the owner's plan is, but you can see that's the edge where we got all the leaves away from. Yes, there's still leaves and in the corner, but it'll be a lot better for whatever they have planned. So that's the end of this property cleanup. She paid us cash right away. That's usually the best deal, especially for a quick little summer job. So then you're done with it and you don't have to worry about not getting paid. It's been a real long day. It's probably about almost 5 hours for 2 men. Started out doing this rototilling. Looks pretty awesome now. Going around that bush, we had to fix it because the throttle cable broke. And there was a lot to rototill. I was even able to get one strip through those trees. And then she plants her garden right there. It's got some garden boxes. And then back here, I drew the line right there. So right up there. So she might get a bigger lawn tractor to come in and do this larger area. So that's the reason I sprayed these weeds, so that for when the big tractor comes in, it's not just leaving these with roots still in the ground, so they'll be dead. There's quite a lot of dirt on this property. Walked all the way through here, tried to kill all the weeds, and then way in the back here along this fence line, there's a bunch of shadows now, but you can see this is where we raked up all those leaves. And then here's the back of the house, and all the way through here we raked up whatever big sticks there were. She didn't want it perfect, but just to do a major cleanup, but it didn't have to be perfect.